YouTube, we are live. Apologies on the connection or on the chat box from last time, but we're here now. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. How we doing on this fine day? And also, what in the SS is this fucking bullshit? If you don't know, this is Greg Vivino, the uh, quote unquote commander at large of the Blizzard Brigade. The tiny, puny peen dickheads. And that looks pretty familiar. Pretty fucking familiar. Um and I really hope someone doesn't read the tag and that doesn't say Hugo Boss, because if you know, you know. But it's so sickening. I absolutely agree. But welcome in, guys. I know it's kind of a midday live. It actually performed well yesterday, so we're gonna see. But welcome to Red, White, and WTF. If it's your first time here, my political beliefs aren't that political. I just think that anyone should be able to do anything they want as long as it does not harm, run alive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that food, housing, education, healthcare should all be affordable and accessible. And yeah, that's literally it. It's nothing crazy at all. But if you did want to support me, you can also follow me on the tube that you use, where we are dual streaming right now. What's up, Ryan? I see you over on YouTube as well. Thank you for that. Um, and you can always catch those because they're recorded for after. We have no shared values or common interests. Brook It Up says. Like with those that support the Blizzard Brigade or just Americans in general. Real question, not like trying to pick apart your statement. Just genuinely curious because I come from the belief that except for the extremists, and there are extremists on both sides, that we all have a lot more in common than we even realize. I see a lot of conservatives right now, and I'm not a conservative, I'm not Republican, uh, also not quite Democrat either, but I see a lot of conservative Republicans coming forward against the Blizzard Brigade. In general, I can come up to discuss it. We have no show. So during the week, I don't let guests come up. I've actually been pretty careful with my channel lately. The last time I even talked about bringing up a guest, I agree it's nuanced, but the last time I even talked about bringing a guest up, in the conversation of bringing them up, they reported me for bullying before they even said a word. So I've got to be super careful with it. I apologize about that. It is one of the very few limitations of our lives, but I do understand it's a nuanced argument. But I think I have more as a queer disabled veteran in common with a conservative Republican who does not support ICE than I do a brainwashed MAGA cultist. Um, but yeah, we got to protect the page, especially with changes coming on the 23rd. This page may be no more, so please be sure to follow me here. And if you ever want to support me and my journey, there's no pressure to. I appreciate free support, just like your likes, like your follows, just your time with me here. But if you ever do want 100% of what you're giving to go straight to the creator, it's the same username on Cash App and Venmo. But again, no pressure. If you like giving TikTok gifts, that's incredible. I just want you to know that it's kind of a double dip for TikTok because, well, you pay for the coins to then, and they get all that money, and then they get 70% of what you gift us. So I always like to be transparent about that, but I also know times are hard, so there's no pressure either way. I appreciate the free support. I know there are, for some reason, only 5 of us in here, which is kind of weird. um by this time yesterday there was probably about 40 or 50, but we're going to keep it going. You guys let me know what you want to talk about in the comments, and while you do that, because we're already at 2 on our way to 3K, I'm going to visit our dear friend Penelope. Miranda, welcome in. Ryan, as always, thank you for your likes, your support, and I know it's a weird time for us today, but I have plans at 5, so sorry. And we're back. So, Toby, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And welcome everyone if you are new. I don't know why it's not pushing us right now, but that's okay. We can still have conversation. I'm going to go over to ground news, see what's going on. Um, I still can't get over his little fucking schnauzy cosplay though. It's ridiculous. Um, Trump prepares to deploy 1,500 troops. DOJ investigating church protest. There should never be a DOJ investigation into people going into a congregation that is open to all and practicing their First Amendment right. They want church and state to be separated, well, allow it to be fucking separated. Um, Christian leaders urge protections of worshiper rights after protesters interrupt service. Keep in mind, this was a peaceful protest in which not one person was hurt, not even a threat of anyone being hurt, no violence at all. This is just fucking ridiculous. Um, oh my God. More about Rafael Cruz, which, by the way, if you didn't know, fun fact, Ted Cruz' real name is Rafael. Just so you know. But there's no discrimination within government, right? Lisa, hello, welcome in, welcome in. And if you're curious about the 1,500 soldiers to possibly deploy in Minnesota, that is contingent upon that orange bucket of crust invoking the Insurrection Act. And if he does that, he's going to send not only just, you know, run of the mill troops, a specialized unit called the 11th Airborne Division, also known as the Arctic Angels. When you look into them, you realize that they specialize in Arctic warfare, in unique terrain, and in urban warfare. And they were used the first time in 1945. Um, they were activated in 43. They were deployed the first time in 45 to go occupy southern Japan. They did that for 4 years. So I'm not saying that the people that are part of this unit or have been part of this unit are corrupt. Please, Lisa, love you so much. Please don't mistake my saying that. But what I will say, and what I said on my video earlier, they got a whole 37 views because they're really pushing creators telling the truth on TikTok right now, um, is that with 100% certainty, fact, what I am saying is that historically and current events have shown us an exorbitant amount of examples of a corrupt administration using a legitimate resource in corrupt ways. That is what I'm worried about. Everyone's saying, this is what I voted for. You voted to lose your rights. You voted for American cities to be under occupation because if the Insurrection Act is invoked, that is exactly what will happen. And that's not me speaking in a hyperbolic sense. It's no hypotheticals. That is what will happen. So just saying. But when we get to 5K, which we're almost there with only 9 of you in here, again, kind of a weird time for a Monday for us, granted. Um, I thought maybe with the holiday we'd have a few more people in, but that's okay. But yeah, 5K, we'll visit Penelope again. But until there, you guys put what you want to talk about in the comments and we'll get it going. We will get it going. Hear what? Thank you so much for the Rosa and welcome back in. It's always nice to see you. It is early today. It is early today. I have plans a little later at 5, but I did want to get in a live tomorrow. I'm going to be going live a little bit earlier as well. We are participating in what's happening on the 20th, including a 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Gathering here in my home city. So I will be sure it won't be like a live like this, but I'm going to get you live in the action at least for 20 minutes or so. And then I'm going to get some interviews, start working on the doc, and then participate myself. But it won't be a regular live tomorrow night. I do apologize for that. Hopefully on Wednesday, if I am not just downright exhausted, we will go back to our 5 p.m. But thank you so much for you guys being a little flexible today. A little flexible today. I appreciate it. Kai, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. And guys, don't be shy in the comments. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry if any of you worship in here. I'm not trying to do anything in vain, but Trump names Rubio, Blair, and Kushner to lead the Gaza Board of Peace. You can't make this shit up. So let's talk letter to Denmark and the reason he stated why he doesn't have to be peaceful. He wrote a letter to them. I heard he has just publicly said he's no longer considering peace as an option. Can you tell me more about that here? What while I look that up? Uh, oh, check it out. Yeah, I'm trying to check it out right now. Is this about the Nobel Prize? Is this what you guys are talking about? Um, or should I search something specific? Help me out in the comments. We'll get to going. I'll read what I see. Because obviously, right now with um, Trump and Denmark, uh, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. Oh, wait, Trump Denmark letter. Maybe that'll do it. All right. They called it unhinged and embarrassing. In the letter shared with multi-European ambassadors, or I'm sorry, multiple European ambassadors, Trump questioned why Denmark has a right of ownership over the semi-sovereign territory. He also cited the Norwegian Nobel Committee not awarding him the Nobel Peace Prize last year, which is why he is not interested. Wow. Wow. This is what he said. Dear Jonas, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, which he calls putting out 8 1/4 wars, by the way, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it will always be predominant. What I can now think about is what is good and proper for the United States of America. He's talking about leaving NATO. He's talking about fucking leaving NATO at the same time as he's trying to form this board for peace where he wants to recruit a former member of the fucking KGB, Vladimir Putin. Um, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Exactly, Ryan. What the actual fuck? And here, what you're right. We are at 5K. Give me 1 second. Jolena, hello. I just, I just don't. Oh my god. But Chris Murphy, a Democratic senator from Connecticut, kind of clocked it. He said, "These are the ramblings of a man who has lost touch with reality," which is true for a lot of politicians right now on both sides. Let's be so fucking for real. I think a lot of politicians think, like, for example, Chuck fucking Schumer, um, they don't know the America that they govern anymore. They don't. They're so fucking out of touch. What is going on with the world today? You guys want a perfect fucking example of what a weird fucking timeline we're in? How am I possibly making plans for later tonight to watch a national championship game for college playoffs between fucking Indiana and Miami? If there has been any proof that we have shifted to the bad place, we are in it. Ryan, I was talking to you about this earlier. We are fucking in it. In it. We've got a team. I think it's been 25 years since Miami has held a national title, and it's been never since Indiana did. Ready for this military wise? Do you think the 11th? Wait, hold on here. What I think it cut some of your comment off. I was just talking about this earlier. I think I think the 11th Airborne being picked specifically is on purpose, both in terms of skill set and historical impact. Um, they're literally trained to know how to normalize authority over civilian cities, you know? Um, so they've been activated but not deployed. Basically, if the insurrection, as I'm sure you know here, what if the Insurrection Act drops? That's his plan, is to deploy them, and that will be a military occupation by the United States within the United States against United States citizens. Like you can't make this shit up. Lizzie May, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And welcome to Red, White, and WTF. And if you're kind of trying to figure out where I lie politically, the truth is I don't fucking know. I just think that anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that food, housing, education and healthcare should all be affordable and accessible. Notice I didn't say anything about completely open borders. Notice I didn't say anything about free handouts, about not having to work and have glorious, luxurious lives. Nothing about that. I just think that our needs should be met in an affordable and accessible way. Because not one of us asked to fucking be here. Because let me find out that we did choose to be here, like in a spiritual sense, and I'm gonna beat my spiritual self up. We're gonna go head to head because what the fuck? Who? Who would choose this? Speaking of who, have you guys, so basically my whole timeline or my algorithm on here is like political rage, Finn Wolfhard on SNL, and owls with different accents. Do you guys know that trend? It's kind of, keeping giving me a little joy, which they're not stealing in 2026. A Rod, what's up? What's up? I understand but saying it's strange he would use a unit from Alaska to go to. No, 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 no. I'm not. Oh, so you're saying why wouldn't he use a Minnesota unit in Minnesota? Got ya. Okay. And again, because I think it's more than strictly for the Arctic warfare, because we've seen ice versus ice, and if you haven't, please fucking look that up because you will be giggling like a schoolgirl in the best way possible. Social capitalism, capitalism with social safeguards. Exactly. There you go. I mean, I just have more of a broad populist statement in that I think that human rights should be allotted to all humans. And if you do something bad, you should be held accountable, but only to the degree of the crime. For example, although the Bible likes to say all sin is equal, I see a schmurderer and someone who steals bread for their family because their kids are starving at home. That's a much different comparison. You know what I mean? Fort Drum has specialized unit for riot. Oh, really? Okay. So I didn't know that. So it is interesting. It makes it even more. We're not going to call it strange. We're going to call it interesting because strange implies it's unexpected. And I feel like this is just expected. And since we're on talking about militaries and paramilitaries, I do want to remind you guys Timothy Snyder on tyranny. Check that book out. Chapter 6, be wary of paramilitaries. When the men with pew pews, I'm paraphrasing because of guidelines, who have always claimed to be against the system, start wearing uniforms and marching with torches and pictures of a leader, the end is nigh. When the pro leader paramilitary and the official police and military intermingle, the end has come. Drum is closer. Yeah, it's because it's less about the Arctic conditions and more about the um, skill set needed to successfully occupy an area. And again, I know I'm having to say that in a strange way. We're just abiding by guidelines. And guys, hit that like button. We're almost at 10K. Hit that share button too, if you don't mind, because this is not pushing out. I'm going to share mine again as well, because what the fuck. But none of my stuff's been like pushed out at all. I have a video with 37 views today. Um, so that's how my algorithm's going. JP, what are you doing, you little weirdo? Come here. Come here. You want to see the people? We'll have an early appearance to get this joy going. To get this joy going. If you haven't met this handsome, handsome boy, this is JP. He's Red, White, and What the Fuck's mascot. Mainly because he just, I mean, look at this. You would much rather look at this than this. So, you know, he lives rent free. We got to get a little bit of good looks out of him, right? All right, go get your toy. Go get your toy. But we're back. And 10K. I love that. Give me 5 seconds because I mean, Desert Storm Vet, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And again, before I go visit our dear friend Penelope, I do want to say, and I'm going to keep saying it because they're going to try to twist the narrative, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened in my comments already on the actual video I made about it. But when I talk about the unique abilities and historical impact of the Arctic Angels and why they're being picked right now to go to Minnesota if they are deployed there, I am not saying the people within that unit or the people that have previously served in that unit are bad people. I'm not saying that at all. But again, something we have to actively keep at the forefront is that corrupt administrations, time and time again, present and past, will use legitimate resources in corrupt ways. For an example that doesn't really involve like a military aspect, when they stopped SNAP funding, that's the same type of example. Okay, so these numbers always change. America first. Did you see Obama and Hillary fabricated Russia collusion yet? Did you see all of the fucking court cases that have proven otherwise? Like you're using 2016 fucking talking points, and we're in 2026, where right now we have a leader of this country who is not only protecting pedos, but is in those files, who is not only ruining this country and our economy, is actively trying to invoke the Insurrection Act so he can occupy a U.S. city. Like, But we did hit 10K, so give me a couple seconds. But you know what? Even here, trolls are welcome because whether you want to admit it or not, you're going to learn something. Plain and simple, like occupation is his goal. That's why he is recruiting the Arctic Angels. They specialize in that. You're right, he's destroying NATO, all while, hold on, oh shit. It's, there it is. We got two comments that got hidden. Sorry, guys. Just saw them just now. Desert Storm Vet says destroying NATO. Absolutely, he is, piece by piece. What happens if Walls activates the National Guard and then the 11th Airborne gets deployed? So if Tim Walls activated the National Guard, meaning the Minnesota National Guard, um, who are under his authority, like if Gavin Newsom were to activate the California National Guard, right? Um, before the Insurrection Act, because once the Insurrection Act goes into place, the military bit changes quite a bit. Um, then National Guard, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but would fall under that orange bucket of crusty asshole. But if he did that and then in turn Trump deployed the 11th Airborne, that would be a civil war. Like, 11th is an advance party for Greenland invasion. But they're also talking about sending them to Minnesota, specifically for Arctic warfare and urban warfare, because they have been known and have a history of occupying or being an occupation force. Yeah, the Guard would be federalized once he did that. So basically, that's kind of why Tim Walz isn't, because the second he activates them, Diaper Don's going to try to use that to invoke the Insurrection Act, which means those troops are now not only already deployed and in place, um, they are now under Trump's order, and then he also sends an additional 1,500. So Walls, like all of us, are kind of in between a rock and a hard place, to put it at a most basic level, you know? And it's fucking unfortunate. We're already at 15,000. You guys are crazy. There's only 7 of you in here. We're at 15,000 likes and we're not even 30 minutes in. That is insane. Thank you so much. And because we know things are changing on the 23rd, please follow me at on the two that use at the same username, just in case on the 23rd I'm no longer here with you guys with a page. But I do have a backup on here. It's Red, White, and WTF, followed by the number 2. So yeah, that's what I believe would happen in that circumstance. And none of it's good. None of it's fucking good. I just it just makes me sick. It just makes me sick. And then it's like he got the Nobel anyways with this shit with fucking Greenland. Why would you want to hand me down something you didn't actually earn? That's just fucking weird. It's just fucking weird. Trump to impose 10% tariffs on 8 European countries for opposing. I need to read like the actual NATO agreement, because I know a lot of them are threatening, I believe it's Article 5, which is basically if you attack one of us, you attack all of us. Um, so if he did that, he would be simultaneously exiling us from NATO and declaring 31 other countries, one directly to our north, enemies. So everyone saying you voted for this probably should stop saying that. I feel like a lot of news isn't being reported right now, and I don't like that personally. I also haven't gotten any comments from you guys, so be sure to not be shy in the comments. President of Mexico just spoke out, of course, against us. I get it, you know. Um, like I was talking about earlier, Putin invited to join Trump's Board of Peace for Gaza, Kremlin says. You can't make it up. I'm going to go to like regular, we'll go to NPR. I was on Ground News, if you didn't know, which has all of the resources, both domestic and international, right, center, and left, and tells you the factuality. But sometimes I like to go to like individual things because it's kind of hard to navigate at times. Oh, Valentino passed away. Okay, he lived to 93. Good for you, whatever. Um, Jesus Christ. I'm seeing more about him talking about being snubbed for the Nobel. How can you reclassify Department of Defense the Department of War? Just that alone, and you're gonna get the Nobel Peace Prize? No, you're just not. Um, U.S. lawmakers wrap up reassurance tour in Denmark as tensions grow around Greenland. I don't trust any of these fuckers to get the job done. And I swear to God, if fucking Cory Booker comes on alive or makes another fucking video that says we have to do something, like we the people have to do something, no, motherfucker, you have to do something because you have been supposed to do something since your initial election and you have done jack shit. He is now just saying we the people need to demand and we need legislation saying that the Blizzard Brigade needs to wear body cams and we need to do this and do that. Motherfucker, these are the same protections and regulations we've been asking for regarding law enforcement as a whole since 20 fucking 20 and way before that. And now you're going to say we the people need to fucking do shit? How about you get off your ass, stop fucking yapping and actually go do some goddamn work, Cory Booker? And that's why this isn't a left or a right channel. This is a power versus the people. And the right now, the power and the politicians and the oligarchy have their fucking boot on our necks, and it's not okay. And if you need any fucking type of grounder or finding on the spectrum where we're falling and where our country is, look at what that fucker is wearing right there. Just look. Anyways, huh, after that. Trump struck deal with 16 DRUG companies, as in pharmaceutical companies, but all of them are still raising prices this year. Great fucking businessman though, right? I'm so fed up with this bullshit, you guys. I'm so fucking fed up. Jesus. This is just gets worse, man. We are at 20K, Ryan. Thank you for letting me know. And guys, give me some love in the comments. Put some comments, whatever you guys want to talk about. Give me something because I'm kind of just looking at myself and Trump in a picture going like he does. Oh, like we didn't know this. Trump has rolled out many of Project 2025 policies he once claimed ignorance about. You can't fucking claim, what people are choosing to report on and not choosing to report on says a lot. And the fact that I'm saying that, or that I'm seeing, Trump says he's pursuing Greenland after feeling snubbed for Nobel Peace Prize. Trump has rolled out many of Project 2025 policies. Italian fashion designer Valentino passes away. Um, like, duh. I don't. Why are you writing fucking stories about this shit and not about the real shit, like what's happening in Minnesota? Why don't you start reporting like the Germans are reporting on the US right now? Because it looks like a fucking war zone. Who am I going for in tonight's game? Well, since they put us out, I feel it's only appropriate to go for Indiana. But Ryan, like I told you earlier, if Indiana allows Miami to put their grubby fucking hands on that national championship trophy after they put Alabama out on their asses, Indiana did in the playoffs earlier. If they can't bring this home against Miami, I will never let all three Indiana fans I know live it down. Ever. For as long as you live. Why? Because I'm a fucking Alabama fan. And if we have one off season, even if it's a winning season and we make playoffs, we just don't make it all the way, we're the worst team in history and we're overrated and this and that because you're comparing us to other Alabama teams. So, Indiana, I'm putting you on fucking notice on two sites. If you don't pull this shit off, in my dying breath, I will say, fuck the Hoosiers. Because you better not let Miami touch this shit. If you want to be the underdog, you take that shit all the way. And that's how Sue sees it. If you watch Glee, you know. Jolena, welcome back. Thank you guys for still hanging out. What do you guys think? I mean, we got 27 minutes. I could start over, but they're definitely like not pushing this live at all because I've got 15 shares. I've got almost 25,000 likes with 7 of you in here. They're just not pushing shit. So do you think we should do a restart or we should just kick it on here and stay and just keep on talking, I guess? You guys let me know. And Ryan, how's everything sounding over on the tube that you use? Um, I tried one live to do it with like my headphone in so I could hear. No, it throws me off. A restart might help. All right, guys, let's get to 25K. We'll do a restart. And because of that restart, I will stay on until 3:15. We'll go on a little bit longer so we can still get another full hour. But let's get to 25 first, and then we'll do a restart. So if any 8 of you in here haven't hit follow, which I think most of you have, um, please, please, please hit that follow button so you can just click on my story as soon as I go live again, like 45 seconds after we end. We are less than 900, now 800 away. That's an easy day for you guys. I don't know how you do it. You must have the strongest thumbs in the world. But I appreciate it. I really do, across platforms. Yesterday's it doesn't sound successful in the numbers I'm going to give you. But normally when I go live on my YouTube, I'll have one Ryan viewer and maybe two. Yesterday I had like 15. We had a couple comments going, we're getting somewhere. But that leads me to tell you this. On Sundays and Sundays only, we are going to do the tube that use only lives. It will not be on here. It will be strictly over there. So if you don't follow me, you're not going to see it. So you should follow me. But we are at 25K. So I will do my due diligence and visit our friend Penelope. And as we close out this live, just to start another one right after it, so we hopefully get a little bit of push. Fuck ICE and Indiana. Don't fuck this shit up. Guys, if you're with me on YouTube, we're going to stay live over there. We're just going to restart this really quick. I'll see you guys in a second. Man, even even with like we only had 177 viewers. Normally I get over 1,000. We still got 3 new followers. We had 3 gifters and we still got more likes than 88% of the creators. Just so you know, Ryan. So we are doing things over here. I just don't know why this shit keeps getting. Oh, I'm going to have to restart the Tickfinity thing. Live goal. Here we go. Here we go, Ryan. Reconnect so it pops back up. Boom. And now it'll continue just like it never stopped. So there we go. Uh, we'll see if it gets put out there. I don't know, man. I don't know. What's up, Donna Jean? Welcome in, welcome in. Let me join or put this to my story. And now we're back. We are doing a restart. We just had 25,000 likes. Not a lot of people. Not a lot of people were joining in. Hans, what's up? Welcome in. So this is a restart. So give it about 2 minutes for people to start coming back over. Let me go back over to the YouTube. But how's everybody doing? Big Cheddar, what's up? Welcome in, Ryan. Thank you for coming back over. I appreciate it. But damn, it's really not pushing us today, Ryan. Like at all. I don't fucking get it. Crimson Darkness, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Guys, give me a second. I think I'm gonna change the background because like, why not? We'll go back to what we were yesterday. It's gotta sync and it's gonna take forever. There it is. Fuck them. But Nova Elite, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Hear what? Welcome back. Thanks for tuning back in. We are at 30 likes right now, but we did just get restarted. There's only 4 of you in here, but it's a restart. We're already at half of what we had before, so we're gonna take it. You guys double tap the screen and do what A-Rod says. Welcome back in, A-Rod. And hit that follow button if you haven't already. Oh, lady, hello, hello. Welcome back. Matt, what's up? Welcome in. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Ryan over on YouTube, because you guys can't see that part, is I don't get why it's so slow today. It is super slow. I don't know if it's like that for other creators, but also my page hasn't been getting pushed the last few days. Thank you so much for the heart me. Been missing you too, old lady. Good news is we're just getting restarted and we're gonna stay on here for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna get off at 3:15. We had 25,000 likes before. It's awesome. But it's just not pushing out. But we already have more than we did then. So let's get it going. You guys put what you want to talk about in the comments. And if you are new here, welcome. This is Red, White, and WTF. My name's Dana. And my political beliefs aren't so fucking political. I just think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that healthcare, housing, education, and food should all be affordable and accessible. And that's my really crazy liberal leftist thoughts. Oh, lady, thank you so much for the roses. I really appreciate it. Red Raven, welcome in. How to remove Trump. Um, fuck, what is it? Hold on. It's not just, here's the thing. I'm trying to look up, isn't it Article 2? Article 2. Remove admin for treason. Because we need the whole lot of them to go. Because guess what? JD Vance is even more dangerous than Trump. Why? Well, he's easily bought and paid for, even easier than Trump himself. And not only that, but he isn't fighting biology actively every day to gasp air. Guys, just please be careful of what you say in the comments. Article 2, Section 4. The president, vice president, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. That's how you would do it. JD is definitely worse, absolutely. And Ken, thank you so much for the follow. And guys, this isn't a left or a right page. It's truly not. It's a power versus people. And right now, the power has its neck, or its boot on the people's neck. JD is awesome. That's how I know you're a fucking bot. That's how I know you're a bot. Feels like left to me. Well, Gretchen, what's left about this? I think anyone, I just said it, I think anyone should be able to do anything they want as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that food, housing, education, and healthcare should be affordable and accessible. Not once did I say I think the border should be open. But this is all about duality. I can say we should not have an open border, but fully and totally believe that our immigration process needs reformation. I also think that every elected official needs term limits, no more lifelong appointments. Sorry, Supreme Court, if you're the highest court in the land with no oversight, you should be voted in by the people for the people and never a lifelong appointment. I think that's pretty fucking simple. I think if you have a job in the government where you make laws and regulations that influence the market, talking stock and crypto, you and your family, just only while serving, shouldn't be able to participate in that. That's literally insider fucking trading. There should be no fucking more career politicians because an elected official is a public servant. You shouldn't have to serve the people your whole life. You shouldn't. But you also shouldn't get rich on the backs of the people. Guys, I don't know what is happening in the comments. However, a lot of you are kind of getting some warnings, so just be careful. Ariana, hello, welcome in. I am doing a-okay. This is doing a lot better than the last live. We literally had like at one time, like I think 14, and that was it. We're already at 73. So guys, if you haven't hit follow yet, please do. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everyone. Um, but yeah, I don't think my political beliefs are even fucking political. I just think I'm for human rights. No one's that fucking different. Like, just be kind to each other. And if you don't want to be kind to each other, just leave each other the fuck alone and mind your business. And I think if you pay taxes and you need help because the taxes you have to pay and the low wages that you have cause such a wage disparity, that the tax dollars you contribute should go back to you, not billionaire tax cuts. Because fuck billionaires. Fuck them. And we are at 5K, guys, which means I'm going to visit our dear friend Penelope. We're now at almost 7. Jesus Christ. Thank you guys so much. And if you haven't yet, please, are you saying queer like it's a bad thing? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. By the way, this is a space for everybody. I even invite my trolls to come back because eventually they learn something. Even if they don't admit it. You guys have seen it. We'll have repetitive trolls and they just come in and they talk shit and eventually they stop talking so much shit And I'll see they're still in here. I still see them popping up on the likes, but they're not commenting as much. And that's why they're starting to realize things, buddy. And that's why I put myself through this public humiliation each day. Say what? Don't bash gays. Yeah, dude said queer as if it was like an insult, which it's not, obviously. What's the topic? Right now, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. We are restarting. We're on here for about 30 more minutes. So you guys let me know. What do you guys want to talk about? Is there anything specifically in the news happening you want to discuss? It can be personal as well. Why not? But just keep it respectful, please, on both sides. And again, this is not a debate channel. What is the solution towards immigration? Well, one is we need a feasible path that we legally follow. I literally have someone um, who was at their naturalization appointment, the final appointment, and they literally said, no, we're taking you in. They detained her for a week. When they let her go, they put like one of those house arrest blankets on, or bracelets, anklet things on, and now she is left with the option: does she go to court and risk permanent deportation even though she did everything right, or is it worth it? Um and again, Ariana, we got to make more than Diaper Dawn go bye-bye. They all got to go. Um I'm never someone like, okay, this is, if you want to see the type of revolution that I envision ideally, it's not Daenerys burning everything down, right? Um but that doesn't mean we can't rebuild systems from the ground up and keep the same infrastructure. Does that make sense? Because rebuilding and things like violent revolution, I'm not saying they're not effective. I'm saying it costs a lot of money to rebuild something that we didn't have to destroy. My opinions on AB. If it ain't my body, none of my business. I have stage 3 prostate cancer and I worry about my grandchildren and the unstable world we live in. That I'm so sorry about your diagnosis, truly. Um, but I understand, and like a lot of people think, people my age, I'm 32, I don't have any kids, and I don't want kids, not because I don't like kids, but because I don't want to bring a kid into this world. I can't protect them as a single queer person. I can't do that, and it breaks my heart, but I can't. Lisa, thank you so much for the heart me. Um, and they think we're being selfish, and they call us selfish cat ladies or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't even own a cat. Um, but no, that's self-sacrifice. Like I could have a different life if I had kids, but I'm choosing not to because I don't want to bring them into this. It's not safe. Everybody wants rights, but no one wants responsibility. I don't think that's the case. I'm totally fine with accountability and responsibility. Notice when I talked about my political beliefs, I didn't say that, we should work 10 hours a week and live in mansions. I just think that if I work 40 hours a week, I should be able to live a comfortable life. I shouldn't be one medical emergency away from bankruptcy. Nobody owns a cat. I know people with cats. I'm becoming fairly acquainted with cats actually. It's a new journey for me, but it is what it is. Guys, at 15K, I'll visit Penelope again, by the way. So keep tapping that screen. And thank all 83 of you in here. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. But Jesus created you for a purpose to bring life in this world. Um, that's given that everyone believes in the same religion and people don't. And that's their constitutionally protected rights. So can't really use that argument. You can use that argument for yourself and how you live personally, and that is a-okay. That is a-okay. But they can't use the argument that like I raised other people's children, never had biological children. I I love that. I love that. It also says we need to take care of our immigrants. It does. FDT, absolutely. Um, your mom is a hoe. I like that. Kathy, Dark Harbor, what's up? Welcome in. How we doing, guys? How we doing? We are almost at 15K where I'll visit Penelope. But until then, put in the comments what you want to talk about and we'll get it going. It's been a good conversation so far. Let's keep that energy up. Dog owners have cat. What? I'm so confused. The United States was not found on Christianity. What the fuck do you mean? They were literally escaping a religious monarchy for the reason that one, it was a religious monarchy, and two, their taxes were too fucking high. Are you kidding me right now? That doesn't even make sense because humans existed before your Bible's Jesus ever walked the earth. So how was it based on Christianity? Oh my God. I can't. And with that, we're at 15, guys. I'm going to visit Penelope real quick. Like Adam and Eve for my information. Well, if you really want to get into it, let's talk about the Book of Enoch, the Anunnaki. Let's talk about Lilith's role. Yeah, let's really fucking talk about it if you want to go there, and let's pick apart. But here's the thing: I don't want to pick apart your religion because that's your religion, and I'm going to respect that. But you trying to push your religion onto other people is what I don't respect because here in the United States, as far as it still goes, as of what is it 249 January 19th 2026 in San Diego, California, we still do have the freedom of religion, which means we don't have to have the same religion or any religion at all. Like, damn. Hare Krishna, everyone. I would have a migraine by the end of that live if I argue with someone. Bro, I just don't get it. Republicans said if Trump goes after Greenland, they will sign impeachment. I'm like, wow. Well, it'll be too fucking late then. That's the thing, A-Rod. That's what it's gonna take, us being so you're saying you're gonna vote to impeach him as we are annexed from fucking NATO because he does something drastic and we have neighbors or enemies now used to be neighbors to the north, to the south, to the east, and the west. What the fuck? I've heard the thing about Canada. Yeah, World War III would start. Exactly. Oh, Three Eye Atlas? What about Three Eye Atlas? I thought it was supposed to come save us. And again, for an example of the fucking weird timeline we're on, Miami plays Indiana for the college football national championship today. So Trump just wants to rule the world. Here's the thing. I don't think Trump wants to rule the world. I don't think, hear me out, stay with me. He doesn't want to rule the world. He wants to fucking destroy it. People want to call him religious people that are anti Trump, want to correlate him to the Antichrist. I would equate him more to one of the four horsemen, personally. Um, if we were to apply it metaphorically, because he just wants destruction anywhere he goes, even when he gets what he wants. That the person that won the Nobel Peace Prize that he was so upset about was like, here, you can have it, just like chill the fuck out. And he still took it and is now going after Denmark because he feels snubbed for the Nobel Peace Prize that she just fucking gave him. What? It's fucking crazy. It's just crazy. And Elmo, again, this isn't a debate channel, and that's what I'm saying is just my opinion, by the way. We're Mad Men too. Yeah, yeah. It's like, not to bring up Game of Thrones again, but it just feels like he comes from a line of Joffreys, right? Like the little psycho king. Somebody make him some pigeon pie. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. No, he doesn't. But like at the end of the day, like, to be satisfied with someone giving you a secondhand award says everything you need to know about the person. Okay, and that doesn't mean that's what he's doing is okay, Ghost. I don't think it's okay to go after a sovereign nation that is part of a fucking global alliance that you're a part of. It's called fucking negotiation and compromise, not trying to take someone's sovereignty, sorry, that is of your same alliance. It doesn't make sense. I think he extorted it from her. Patriot Games are a scary similarity. Yeah, Hunger Games. That's the Hunger Games. That's the Hunger Games. Plain and simple. I mean, come on. Are we really going to act like it's not? And guys, at 20K, I will visit our dear friend Penelope. Thank you so much for your viewership, for your gifts, for your comments, your likes, and the follows for sure. I'm not participating in that. Me either. I think it's fucked up. Like, I don't even watch the Olympics. Why the fuck would I watch the Patriot Games? Nothing against the Olympics. It's just like I don't who cares who the best athletes are? I don't care. Good night, good night. You too, Thor, you too. Nothing against watching the Olympics. It's just not my thing. I just feel like I have more interesting things to do than to see athletes compete 24/7. Dude, was it New Zealand or Australia that one lady was from last time? That shit, I watched that on repeat. I'm not going to lie. I will watch Bad Bunny though. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're watching Bad Bunny because what I found out today, thanks Ryan, is that Green Day, the NFL picked Green Day to open the Super Bowl. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking Bad Bunny and Green Day, what the fuck? Well, Green Day and their style of music, punk rock, has always been a type of resistance. So it kind of fits in perfectly. I hope I don't hear one word in English, Ariana. I don't want to hear one word in English. Check out the whole lineup. It's awesome. Okay. I saw Green Day in the 90s. Green Day is actually, I've seen like Blink 182. I've seen a lot of punk bands, but Green Day and A Day to Remember have always eluded me. I've had tickets to go to both multiple times and it just never works out. Um Super Bowl musical lineup. Let's see. I'm still jamming out to Bad Money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because music is more than just lyrics, right? You don't you That's the great thing about music is that like I can enjoy a song and I have no fucking idea what it says. Oh shit. Okay. Brandy Carlisle. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Um Charlie Puth singing the national anthem. For some reason I thought he was Canadian. Did you see Israel made a coin with Trump's face on it like people can buy? Jesus fuck Christ. Fun fact about Bad Bunny, he and I share a birthday. And so does this page, March 10th. All great things and great people born on a great day. That's crazy. That's just as crazy as the really cryptic ice challenge coins. Like just be fucking normal individuals. Like why is that so fucking hard? Bad Bunny is quite the looker. He is a handsome person. Nuh-uh, A-Rod. No fucking way. No fucking way. Wait, fellow MAGA. Who's MAGA in here? Who the fuck is MAGA in here? Tis not I. Has never been me. Bad Bunny is a gay homosexual. They're so stupid. They're so fucking dumb. Oh my god. Like, what the fuck? I'm just ready for the MAGA America line. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if he were like, that's like me saying, I don't even know. It's he just used a double positive, I guess. I don't know if Bad Bunny has ever come out what their sexuality is, but again, none of my business. None of my business. I know a lot of people speculated because like in the Kato video, he's like painting his nails. And like in the Yo Sola, so yeah, some I probably butchered the way you say it, but he's like I can dance with myself, and he actually did that in drag, which I think is powerful. What? Exactly. Even if he is like whatever. Whether he is, whether he's not, who cares? But guys, we got 17 minutes on here and we don't even have 30,000 likes. That's kind of crazy because I had in 36 minutes a group of 7 get me 25,000. So that's kind of crazy. Lasita, hello, hello. Yep, that part. That part. Yeah, it's like the nails and I'm just like, "What?" Like I don't what who cares? Honestly, like I think if a man paints their nails, it can tell me a lot because I don't know for why I think this and there's no factual evidence behind it, but I feel like if a man paints his nails, he definitely washes his feet in the shower. And that's a green flag. I don't know why I put those things together, but it's just like why would you do one and not the other, you know? And that is the belief I'm going to stick with. So paint your nails, don't paint your nails. I'm old and I think it's wonderful. You're only as old as you feel. And honestly, people tell me that and I feel pretty fucking old sometimes. Like I've got like a like a hitch in my neck today. It's just not fun. But some days I feel like I'm in my 20s again. So, you know, it is what you make it, guys. It is what you make it. I have arthritis. I I probably do. Can you really get arthritis from popping your knuckles or is that like an old wives' tale? All right. Let's see. What an interesting what a fucking interesting thing alliance to call it. In Tel Aviv images. What? Oh, okay. I see why it's like it is made like the one, two, three, four, five, six. No, put it back on the thing. This shit. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, you can't fight that. Weren't there 12 disciples? My pet peeve is, oh, sorry. I definitely just did it. I'm really sorry. So we're doing pet peeves in here. Okay, my pet peeve is it's going to sound really fucking mean, but when someone's, and I've been guilty of it myself and it drives me crazy, when someone's nose whistles, drives me up a fucking wall. Yeah, we're still waiting for 25. You guys are kind of taking a while. Like, no one's liking the screen right now. But we did finally hit 25. Thank you guys so much. And guys, if your thumbs are hurting from tapping the screen so much, just tap that follow button. And you can also follow me at Redwhiteandwtf. Booger pickers, haha. Seems like you would have arthritis. Wouldn't have arthritis because it keeps them loosened up. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. But I definitely like have some shit going on in my neck recently because someone said it's part of POTS though. They say like something's displaced. I forget what bone they called it. But it's basically like where the spine sits on the skull. And that when people get that corrected, their symptoms lessen. So I need to get that checked out. But guys, we only have 30 people in here. We're only at 25.9 thousand. Let's get it going. What do you guys want to talk about? We still have 13 minutes in here. But yeah, no, that billboard, yep, there were 12 people. He was right in the center. And it's called the Abraham Alliance. It's time for a new Middle East. And a white man, Donald Trump, is front and center. Know it all. Know it alls is my pet peeve. I can be a know it all sometimes though. That's the thing. And I don't mean to be. I'm a did you know type of person. And I don't mean to be. I really don't, but you know. That was sorry, that was just horrifying to see and read. That billboard, guys. I definitely do not recommend. We've had a whole 3 views on the YouTube today. I have to go. This was good conversation though. Making macaroons tonight. Ooh. Well, Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Red, White, and WTF. I hope you hit that follow button so you can see us tomorrow. I will be at a demonstration tomorrow, so it'll be a little bit different. But by Wednesday, hopefully, we will be back to normal at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That sounded very corporate, and I'm sorry. It did not come off as genuine, and I apologize. I did mean it in a genuine fashion. But I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Okay, we'll do the Trump coin. Oh God. Like, are they trying to put him up as like, since we were talking about spirituality earlier, are they trying to make him like the Antichrist posing as Jesus or something? Like, why are they doing this? Coin Israel. What? A temple coin? Um, there's a lot. There's one with him and BB on it. Him and I don't know, but a bearded person. I don't know who that's supposed to be. This is concerning. Okay, yeah, right. All right, bye, Queen. Have a good night. Yeah, that's fucking weird. That is really fucking weird. But, let's head on over to ground news again because I don't want that in my face anymore. Let's see. For me, already read those. Bruce Springsteen speaks out against the Blizzard Brigade. Cool. Hmm. Trump invites Polish president to join Gaza Board of Peace. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. They're building temples to him? Why isn't this needs to be reported because I think this would get through to the Christian evangelicals because they'd be like, what the fuck? Even they would be like, what the fuck? They're building temples in honor of that dickhead. I kind of think Trump will run to Israel right before he's done with the White House. I think he's paying off a lot of countries so he can maybe go there, like Argentina, um, like Qatar, Israel. Just saying. And that's just my opinion. None of it is proven fact. But yeah, no, what's happening right now? It's fucking concerning. Like if we leave NATO, Canada can literally attack us. Like what the fuck? I just how are people not more concerned by what's going on? Is it like willful ignorance or just like burnout at this point, do you guys think? Um Again, Indiana versus Miami, battle for college football's national. Okay, this is how you know we're in the bad place. Live updates: Indiana and Miami battle for college football's national title. Under that, 100 vehicles pile up in Michigan crash as snowstorm moves across the country. Under that, death toll in Spanish train collision rises to 40 as authorities fear more bodies could be found. Bills fire coach Sean McDermott after 9 seasons of falling short of reaching Super Bowl. Um, Trump Board of Peace has invited several leaders to figure out leaders trying to figure out how it'll work. That is a bad timeline to be on, and we are there, guys. But we are at 30,000, and I thank you for that. A few people did drop off. Sorry, guys. I know I lost my energy for a bit, but we're gonna keep it going. We still have like 8 minutes in here. Give me 5 seconds, and I'll yap, yap, yap all day. I didn't even know about the train wreck. I'm just now seeing that, but it just like, my goodness. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. It rammed into another train? What the fuck? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Trump Board of Peace. Right? It's like, I just, He's going for a board of peace as he is actively trying to threaten and attack countries within an already existing alliance. Two high-speed chains. Well, I have a new fear unlocked now. Although my real fear is that I'm not going to get to go to Europe at all because of what's happening. Because I'm scared they won't let me back in. Hmm. Indiana better pull this off. That boy better pull this shit off. America first, send money to Israel. Exactly. Exactly. Well, that's just like the America First ad that I talk about all the time that was paid for by APAC. That was an America First ad that literally said, we pay Republicans and Democrats to vote for pro Israel policies. That's America First. Like, no, it's not. What? I just, I just don't get it. It makes me exhausted to think about at times too, unfortunately. But we'll go back to ground news and we'll find some things. JP, why are you being a psycho, buddy? Okay, getting to this Trump coin in Israel, I've been hitting the delete button for about 30 seconds now. It is like hidden on the internet, but available. It's weird. Peace treaty. Yep, absolutely. Why is this still going? Jesus. Oh, my neighbors are so close. Every time like their front gate squeaks, it sounds like mine, and I get a little scared. A specific cow. Follow Bible scriptures. It's wild, but it's happening. Wait. That's what? That's really weird. All right, blind spot. Well, Musk is donating money to candidates again, this time 10 million to Kentucky Senate candidate Nate Morris. Um and one, if you ever wanted to know who not to vote for, follow Musk. Two, why do you there needs to be election donation caps. No businesses should be able to fucking sponsor or donate to someone's political campaign. An individual should have a cap amount of like $200. If you, on a next to nothing budget, and I say this for both sides, cannot convince America to vote for you when Americans have way fucking less and have to make way less go way further, then you don't deserve to be the fucking candidate. And we haven't had a great candidate in a while. Christians don't eat cows. Oh, damn. Interesting. Um, it says U.S. discusses possible asylum for British Jews amid anti-Semitism concerns. Interesting. Okay. I'm looking, by the way, on the blind spot for the left. So these are not articles I'm going to normally see, which is why I like ground news, by the way, because they'll literally show you your blind spots and make sure that you can investigate them. But we hit 35K, which is absolutely incredible. I think we can hit 40 by 3:15 in 3 minutes when we're getting off. So hit that like button. I'll be back in 5 seconds. And we're back. Boom, just like that. Oh, Germany and France will not be blackmailed with US terror threat, finance ministers say. For some reason, only the right is reporting that. Um, Amnesty chief tells Europe stop appeasing bully Trump. Holy shit. Why isn't this coming up on the left either? Any aggression? Oh. Iranian president says any aggression at supreme leader constitutes all-out war. It just doesn't. You know what? Since we have 2 minutes left with you guys tapping, I want to end this on a happy note. So, everyone, put in the comments something good that happened to you today. And let's end this on some kindness. For me, I play Wordle with someone almost every day, and it just kind of it's just like a little validation when the little text alert goes through when it pops up, and it popped up today, and it was a nice feeling. So it can be something as small as that. Put it in the comments, guys. I know you're trying to get to 40,000 though. I know you're trying to get to 40,000. You texted your friends. It's always great. I need to text my friends after this actually. Um, Less than 2,000, guys, and the way I play it is technically you have until 15:16 because I give you the whole minute of 15 because I think it's stupid otherwise. Um, but yeah, so you guys still got time. But even small things like texting your friends or getting a Wordle notification from a friend, like it just reminds you you're not as alone. And I hope everyone in here, all 12 of you left, still feel that you have a community here. And if you ever feel lonely, you can come find us over here and we'll be shooting the shit. As always, you guys are cutting it close. You're cutting it close, but I think you can do it. I want to help you guys out a little bit. You guys got this. Easy day. You've got at least 45 more seconds, maybe 40 now. But totally plenty of time. Susie, what's up? Welcome in. We are just finishing up, so hit that follow button if you guys haven't already. We are trying to get to 40K. Almost there. You guys got 700 more to go. I'll help you out again. Keep tapping that screen. Thanks for all of those that were on my live today. I know it's shaky right now because I'm tapping the screen, but I really do appreciate all of you, especially the ones that came over from the first live and caught us on the second as well. We did have a bit of a crowd the second time. We got up to like 70 at one point. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's see how we're doing over on the tube that use. You got it. You guys got it right in time. Um, Damn. Good work. Good work, everybody. All right. I'm going to see you in 5 seconds. In that 5 seconds, put something good on the screen that happened to you today. Ariana texted her friends, I got a Wordle notification. And some days you're going to have to look for the tiny things, but they're still there. You may have to look a little harder, but the happiness and the joyness and the joyness and the joy, they're still there. So give me 5 seconds, guys. All right. That was a little less than 5 seconds because I was a little too eager at the jump. Shared dumplings and had a beer. Hell yeah, Cujo. Hell yeah, Cujo. All right, guys. That is it for us today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Some of you over multiple lives. We did get, like I said, an audience uh in the second one. We still got up to 25,000 likes in the first one. So it's been 65,000, a little over. So that's great. I hope you guys all have a restful night. I know a lot of you go back to work tomorrow. If you are participating in the national walkout tomorrow, please be safe. If you see an agitator, do not get involved. Get everyone, including yourself around you, sit and point because shame works wonders. Know that singing psychologically helps and is more motivating than chanting, and optics are important. So drape yourselves in American flags and please be safe. Um, and look for the joy in life. Do something kind for yourselves tonight, guys. Have a good night. All right, YouTube, that is it for us as well. Ryan, as always, thank you for doing the dual stream on both. If you are wondering for this one, we got over 1,000 viewers, 5 gifters, and 5 new followers. So the first live was actually stronger, which I suspected, which is why it was suppressed. But the second live, I mean, we pulled 8 new followers. That's cool. We got 8 gifters. I'll take it. We got more likes than 92% of live creators with a similar following. So I'll take it. I'll take it. YouTube, that's it for us tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Ooh, actually, will not be live on YouTube tomorrow because I can't do both. Because I'll just be on my phone. But we'll make we'll make a little YouTube short of some of the interviews and stuff we get tomorrow, hopefully. But have a good night, Ryan. Thank you so much. Bye.